Yo, 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 bros, what is up? How y'all doing? Hope everyone is okay, doing well and stuff. Um, so I don't want to lose much time because delayed as I was distracted a little bit. Um, so just to let you guys know, doing I was kind of late because I was doing um, um some changes on my handle. So remember that I was saying that um, I was trying to mimic the handle that Artis Opus just launched. So they did some handle with the neck shape and everything. So here it is. I just finished it, and it's freaking amazing, bro. It's just look at this, just a simple egg shape, and you just put the cork on it, bam, and stick all the metal clips on it, and you can just easily take it out, replace it, and bam, you're done. And they're selling this crap for $20 a piece, bro, with a little bit of cork and a screw just to be magnetic. Come on, um, I don't get it. So I might be enabling this when I'm going when I'm releasing the Patreon. So when I have my Patreon, I'll be doing that. I even went a little bit further, and my girlfriend, I'm sorry, my fiance, she actually said to me, "Why don't you put something like a bearing underneath it?" This is what I did. This has a close fit. The purpose would be to pull, do it, you know, do it, so the stick won't coming out. But purpose here is, spin the cork. So I'm still trying to understand if this actually works, because when the so when I put this pin on it, thing is the pin actually bended the cork. As you can see, it's no longer straight, going like this. So it actually is causing some friction some places. See, I cannot spin it. From here, I have to make a little bit of more strength to it just to spin, but it's working. And this is my third prototype, and I'm actually printing right now the three sizes, which are the original and last faces. It's going to be the release ones. And yeah, you can even print this shit on resin also if you want, if you would like, which is awesome. And the precision will be much cooler. But in terms of resistance, I don't know on the resin type that you're going to use. But either way, it's fucking awesome that I just managed to copy an idea which is not actually patented or something. Just an idea, like an egg-shaped thing. And put corks on it. Um, I might do something about the vacuum. Is it? I think you can hear it, right? Do you hear the pop? So yeah, the thing is, it actually creates a lot of vacuum. And if you push the cork all the way down, it's kind of a struggle to take it out. but since it's a closed fit, but it has to be a close fit, otherwise it will leave just a small gap and the cork won't be moving around, and you don't want that, right? So when you stick the figure on it, you want it to stay still. I'm still trying to understand if I'm going to go with this idea of the bearing, but I don't think I will, because you can just turn it around, right? Right? You can just like, let me see if I can put a uh I don't want to do it, but this one. So the hammer of Ulrich's. Look, if I want, stick it around. I can play with it as I want to. It leaves me plenty of room. One of the things that I'm kind of intrigued is sometimes it's really close to my hands. That kind of bugs me out on these handles. And with this ones, as you can see, I can leave the cork on the level that I want, which is awesome, right? So if I want it to be a little bit higher, I can go a little bit higher, and it will leave me enough space for me to work. I can easily rest my palm here, and I can work it out. So I don't know, bro. I think I did a good job here. Um, with the size, although I'm increasing the size. So this is the small size, and we'll have two more sizes, the medium one and the large one. This one is 44 millimeters. We'll have the medium size at 55 and the large size at 65. So it's actually really cool. Um, and everyone can print this, and you don't have to spend like $20 each piece. So if I'm having my Patreon on, I'll be releasing this to my patrons so they can easily print anywhere they want some handles, and they just have to have a nice time with their significant other, open a wine bottle, and bam, you have a fucking handle for you to just stick your pins with the miniatures and everything. So yeah. Oh, and this is a fun fact. If you notice, oh, I can. Do you see that? Do you see the reflections? So at the end, there's there's plastic, right? So there's a limit on the depth of the cork. It will hit the plastic. So what I mean by this is, if you have a large piece of resin, which I do have a lot of them, you might need a longer pin, a longer paper clip, just to keep more strength to it, and it doesn't bend that much. You kind of need to stick it out a little deeper. So this one too, and this is fucking cheap as hell. So yeah, uh, pretty happy with my solution, and I think my print is going to be ready at like I think it's in an hour, 20-ish minutes. So yeah. Okay, another thing. Today I went fucking nuts with myself because I kind of needed it because I've been busting my ass off at work. And yeah, I bought, look at this, Dark Angel Lion L. Johnson. I'll be painting this um, I think in a month, maybe in a month or two, and I'll be releasing like later on a video of me post-processing and what I do in post-processing to help you guys, um, with some tips and everything that I might have discovered that might help you. Cause yeah, a lot of people. Well, post processing is not that hard, but there are some nuances on it, and I want to help you guys understand what you can and cannot do. So I might do a live stream, and then later on, I might do a video from that live stream, maybe, or maybe I do it off stream and then I'll just post later on my Patreons. I don't know. Um, it all kind of depends on the time that I have. But holy damn, I never thought that I would be getting this guy. So yeah, pretty pretty damn excited about it. Oh, and another thing, I think I told you guys on my last stream or something that I'm really crazy about Dune and everything. So look what I got. This is some just small updates, right? So this is what I got. I got the Atreides Ornithopter. Look, this is one of the. This is the spacecraft that they were using when they were on Dune, the planet. And look at this, freaking cool, freaking insane. Like and the wings are articulated, so you can move them and position them as you want. So yeah, it's really cool. Really liked it. I bought it from AK Interactive, and yeah, I might be doing in one of our future streams the post processing on it. Just to put the gaps on everything, and I might get on that later on because I don't wanna just do miniatures or figures. I want to try everything. I'm also trying to understand if I'm going to try if I'm going to try in one of these days um Gundam also, and ships and everything, because the Japanese, everyone talks about all of their models and everything, that they have really nice bits that just fit. So one of the complaints we have nowadays is Games Workshop. Their models, even this one, even the Lionel Johnson, they are kind of hard to fit. Like if the fit it's not really precise or half angled, you're done. You will be left with a huge gap, and then you have to open it up, put it back again, or even scrap a little bit of the pins so they can just easily pass through, and then you can glue it, leaving no gap at all between the pieces. So I'm really excited to try in the future some of the Japanese and other brands models and everything. So moving on to this freaking piece, bro. So this is what we did last time. We did the back, and we did all the color scheme with some of the you know red, some of the dark or black red. I mean, some of the black red beneath it. But I think I went too overboard on it, so we don't kind of see the shadows. I don't know what type of shadows I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just do like some darkened variation from mud brown, maybe with a little bit of black red, just to you know darken it a little bit. Maybe I don't know if I'll do just a little bit of black with the mud brown and the black red, or I was thinking, since these are both brown. This is a brown that comes a little bit from red, and it's a red type. Also, I was trying to figure it out. I could use Afro Shadow, which, if you take a closer look, it's kind of reddish, right? So it's almost on the same. It's almost on the same pattern. So it's like around here, but darker. Yeah, on the color wheel. So it's like if we have the white here, it will be somewhere along this side towards the black. So I think it is a little bit darkish, a little bit reddish. I mean, but yeah, I think that will be, and I have to water it down so I can, I was thinking on every uh, bump on the skin might do shadow. Why not, right? Because I was thinking, like, for example, most of us have some bumps on the forehead, and maybe, just maybe, they do, like, 99% of the time they do create a little small shadow. So I can't be too overboard with it, but yeah, I would love to give it some depth, some definition, and I'll be doing one thing. Yesterday I told you guys that I was doing on the tusks black. I think I said black, yellow, beige, and white. Not gonna do that because I've been searching in the morning for some tusks, like from elephants and everything, and they don't have yellowish tones. So what I'm gonna do is black, then I'll be doing like a really dark brown. Maybe I'll do like Afro Shadow or red skin. This is a cool brown also, mixed a little bit with black or something. I'll do the transition like from here, a more darker black, then here brown, a dark brown, then half of the tusk. Trying to be like a, a beige, and then the whitish tip, bows and everything. Because I've been thinking, and if I do the highlights like from beneath, from the top, if I do it, I'll be ruining a lot of the work that I did because I didn't do like I'm doing by mistake. I did like the reflections of, or the light source coming from the front. So I'm going with that, like from here, and then I'll be doing like from here, and then I might do a little light source here. But let's not forget that the tusks from the elephants, even when the light is touching it, it's almost, it has the same colors, but just a little bit lighter. So the black is still black, just has a light on it. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is just put the colors then where they should be, and then I'll be moving out to the highlights and everything. And on the back, I'm going to do like some dark purplish tones, so I can, like mimic the inner parts of our body, which are darker. And then I might do some blood and everything using the Citadel, which is the one that I like the most. Technical blood, for the blood god. This is one of the most amazing paint for blood. It has a pinkish tone, but then after it dries, it goes really, really, really red. And I want to give that vibe where it's freshly opened, the wound ahead of the monsters. I might also do some resin, maybe on the tongue. I don't know yet, but maybe on the tongue or everything. And I want to do like a small highlight here, a little bit of a stronger red, in case, because I have it here, but I don't have it on the rest of the tongue. At least for me, it's weird. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. I'm gonna lay out some paints, mainly these ones, and yeah, so the paints that I'm going to use today, so it's these three from the last stream, or this three, and then I'll be using Afro Shadow just to darken the brown instead of using black, and we shall see how that goes. So I'm sorry if it gets noisy, just my Vortex mixer. Sorry if the camera shakes as well. Not my intention, but you know how it is. Just 2 drops. I have to be careful because sometimes if I press the bottle too hard, it will put too much ink, more than I anticipated, on the wet palette, and I'll be wasting a lot of paint that I don't want to. So just have to be careful with that. Oh, I might do a stream where I'll be cleaning my brushes for you guys. So if you guys are interested, please tell me, because I've been in the past, I've been struggling a lot with how and when I should be doing it. I still don't know. But when I should be doing them, like, what I say is, you can be a maniac and just be cleaning every single day, every time you paint the brushes, which is fine. I think it's a really good practice, but come on. A lot of us barely have time to paint, and it's kind of a bummer. I mean, on the expensive brushes, I do recommend, for example, if you have a Raphael 8404, if you have something like this is a very expensive brush. I do recommend every time you use it to just clean it every time. But on the cheaper side, if you're careful with how you put the paint, and for example, if you grab a little bit of paint, you don't let the paint come to the metal part, then I think you're good just to clean it up, and you know, just a couple of sessions after will be then cleaning the brush. So that's why I'm saying I don't know just yet when you should be painting, like how many sessions should you have to use, or wait until you paint, until you clean the brush. But yeah, as soon as I figure out, I'll tell you guys. And besides that fact, I'll be just giving some tips, what I learned, how I think it's better, at least for me. And like those brush restorers, I think they're cool, but the brush cleaners, not so much. Unless you want to go like full deep. Full dip cleaning, but I don't know if they do damage or not, the brushes, and that's something that there is not much information about it. And yeah, I'm just putting here some ink, some black ink, because since this is more word down, I might try and see how it reacts on the black and everything. So yeah, so we are going to do just this, flip this side, and brush here, and yeah. So let's put this here and here. Better. Might just do like this. Let's see. So we are going to try a little bit, see how it goes. Like a brownish. Let me grab a little bit of this brown, just so we can see side to side. That. I don't think that's much of a shadow, right? Uh, so I might grab a little bit of the what was the name of it? The punch color, Afro Shadow. So let's just try to darken it. Ooh, got a little bit interesting there. We got too much. Okay, now we're talking. I think that's a dark. That's a shadow, right? It could be a little bit darker, but let's see how it behaves. So let me paint just a strip. This is what I like to do. I like to just paint a little area, then I'll wait to dry it out, and then I'll use the shadow and try it out above it, see the contrast. But I think that by side it might, whether if I word it a little bit more, I might do a nice. Hmm. Just blowing air to it, just to see if it dries faster. Yeah. So give me a second, just get my hair dryer. Guys, another thing, be careful with blow drying. When I say this, is mainly because, look, I know I had a little bit more paint there, but the way the paint dries might affect the layering. So what I'm saying is, if I'm going to paint another layer above it, be careful, because if it's really not that dry, it might come off, and it will ruin your area where you just scrub it, and you'll have to, clean that out, and then doing layers upon layers upon layers until you have the same layer height. And yeah, so moving on, doing a little bit of that. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice shadow. I think that's a good shadow. Well, fuck it, let's try it. uh let's try it. Oh yes. Oh, that's fine. Oh, that's a fine one. Good, but I think it's not good because it's a slight shadow, so it will give us depth on the miniature. That I think that's what we want. We want some depth just to pop those small crevices, crevices. Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed on the other stream, but normally when I finish, cleaning my brush on the pot of water, I normally tend to just roll it up, just twist like this the brush. And as you can see, you see this little thing? It's not a hair. This is a little bit of paint that was stuck on the metal part, on the ferrule, right there, at the bottom of the hair, like way there, where my nail is touching. So sometimes it will come out, and most of the times it won't come out. And this is that paint that most of the uh, great YouTubers and great content creators like Ito, Jose Da Vinci, El Miniaturista, Sergio Calvo Miniatures, and Angel Giraldes. I think that's the name of him. Lemon Miniatures. I don't know. All of those guys. When they say don't let the paint touch the ferrule, is mainly because paint goes there and dries. The hairs will be, instead of having that shape, that that pointy shape, the hairs, since they will be having like a lot of paint on them, instead of them being like this, the paint will dry and will start to separate them, and then the bristles will be like this. Look, the bristles will be like this. And this is a good example of a paintbrush that has a lot of paint, or had a lot of paint that entered the ferrule, so it's inside of it. It's not on the above level, and hence why you see that little. This is a Red Grass Games paintbrush, by the way, that I ruined it a long time ago. And if you see, let me see if I can show you guys. Like, if it's dry enough, it can hold the tip a little bit. But as soon as it dries, like for example, as soon as I try to use it and just swirl it around, and becomes more and more dry. As you can see, it's already opening. And this is a pain in the ass, because if you want to go like to a certain detailed area, as you can see, it's already opening. Look at that. You already have uh, some bristles. And then if they have paint, it will just ruin that area, because instead of doing one stroke, they're like doing multiple strokes. It's kind of a bummer. But I still have the paint around, the brush around, or I won't be throwing this away, but I'll be holding on to it. For example, if I want to paint rough areas and everything, and I want to use a better brush, I'll do that. But I can't be expecting huge details on it of it, since it's already damaged. Oh, look at that! It has a reddish tone. Nice. You guys can. Oh, you can. Look at that. It has a reddish tone. Exactly what we were aiming on. So I'll just sketch a little bit, just lay down where I want to be showing the shadows and everything, and then I'll do the better. Be careful here, because I don't want to be I don't want to be too aggressive on the shadows, because if I'm too aggressive on the shadows, it'll become weird. Ooh, the inner side of the eye will be. There are some areas that I can't be too overboard. I just want to the smooth, small, um, path through. Like for example, this part here. Let me just zoom it out a little bit more. I don't have to go up and down. Better. But yeah, for example, on here, I just do a clean sweep, nice and clean, really controlled, just to give me a little bit more detail. And I don't want to like press down the brush too much. Otherwise, it would become a bit weird. It would be too rough. So I'm just cleaning out the areas around the tusk. Since this already has a reddish tone, it will be cool just to, I think these areas on the tusks and antlers and everything, I think they like expose the skin a little bit, or the skin around it is a little bit more sensitive. So that's where I'm aiming to. It's slightly, see, it's slightly reddish. I think it gives a cool look. I think. Look, this brush, I have been a little bit rough on this brush already, having going all the way. Gladly, this isn't an expensive brush. This is just a set from Green Stuff World, which is actually cool. I think they're like 18 euros for 4 brushes, and they're Kolinsky, and they're actually good. Not complaining. So I really like that. Let's go a little bit overboard and do like a huge batch of paint because I'll be needing that. And I have here a color to guide myself. Not quite there yet. A little bit more brown. I think I'm there. Farm. It's a little bit lighter than what I had, so we'll add a little bit more brown. And another thing that I'm adding is a little bit of thinner, since I want to, like I said, this bottle is a piece of crap. Listen to what I say. This bottle is a piece of crap. Like the way the fucking thinner comes out so fast, I can't even control it, and I wasn't even squeezing, and it already came out like 3 drops, and it's too much. Now it's going to be really overwatered. Watered? Watered? Ugh. I don't know. You guys understood what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this is done. So let me clean the brush so it doesn't get too much paint on it. And let's go. Sketching out most of the stuff. Careful with fingers. This, like, on the wrinkles of the skin, I might just do like a small, really light, like this, just to create the enough depth, which you cannot physically see, but it's not like you cannot physically see, but it will give more contracts and con const contract const fuck my life, contrast, but it won't be too rough. It will be just okay, that's a wrinkle, but it actually has like a small shadow just to give it some depth so you can actually perceive, but it won't be too strong so it doesn't ruin the mood or the flow of the music. Sorry if I say miniature. I'm actually painting it here, but I really like to paint miniatures. I think I like to paint more miniatures than figures itself. And I think it's because it's more challenging in a certain way because of the smaller area and everything. But I don't know. The figures, when they are too big, if you try to apply what you do on miniatures, you tend to see like more detailed, more errors on. There will be more noticeable. You know what I mean? The errors itself will be more noticeable because since it's a higher area, that's what I think. Since it's a larger area, not higher but larger, um, yeah. And I just fucked it up. It's clean. rough on the bigger shadow here. And line here, here. After you lay down some paint, you'll start to see the things, and then you'll start to build up the shadows a little bit more. Then you'll try to be a then you'll go to the further step, which is being more careful with the transitions so they get smoother. By smoother, I mean when they're just, when the transition is just looks like a was made from it. Like it's just really, really smooth, so you don't notice the transitions and everything. This case, since I'm pouring out a lot of paint, you will see the transition. You won't. You will see the gaps, the colors, right? So after it, I'll be doing the smoothing out. Just move from there. I really liked how the color turned out. Could be doing this with another brush. I feel I'm being too rough on it. Let me just swap it out. So this brush is a number 2 from AK static brush. Pretty standard brush. Just a good one to do. I think to do this kind of jobs is really okay. Not a big deal or anything. But actually, I think the color that I did just, oh, it's not that red. I was expecting it to be a little bit more red. Hmm. Maybe I think things. Closer. More. I added a little bit more red. I like the red. Really like it. And I really like these synthetic brushes from AK. They're really solid. Like, nothing wrong to dress them. They're really just freaking solid. Okay, now we're talking. Now it's reddish. Much paint. I'll see if this is enough red. For it to be more noticeable. I think it is. This time I got it right. That's cool. Let's see if give it a little bit more red here. The wrinkles of skin. Like do a little bit of here around it. Because the skin will be sore, right? Thinking of like when you tear something apart. Not that I've teared something apart, but when you cut yourself, it's not only that area that's going to be affected, like around the wound or something going to be affected as well. So just well try to leave the mark there. Yeah, the paint is really worn down. water it down. Oh, what's wrong with it? Let me just try a little bit. Let me just check on my printer just to see how many minutes have passed. 8 minutes. So we're really close to it, I think. Let me check. So we are 19 minutes down until the handles, the three handles, so the small, the medium, and the large one, finished. And I think they'll be the last and final stages of it. So if you guys are just wondering, while we're waiting just for it to dry, look, this was my first prototype, which is bulky as fuck, but I'll be using this one when I'm like priming and stuff. This will be kind of handy because it's transparent. I don't care too much about this color, and I can't or more like I can, but while I was trying to get this one, since the hole was really tiny, I jammed the fork down. It's creating a lot of vacuum, so I'm almost tearing out the cork. See there, I was almost tearing down the cork while trying to move it. Yeah, cork is already. So I didn't want to mess too much with it, and I'll be using this one to actually um, priming and stuff because I don't have one for the paper clips and everything. So this one will be a really good addition. So this was my second attempt. Yeah, we can say second attempt, but with a different design because this one was just a cylinder. And I went for the egg shape. So as you can see, it has a 12 millimeters radius and 1.5 millimeter on the wall thickness, which is a really small wall thickness, which it kind of bugged me out because I think it was too small, and I was afraid of it, or I was afraid of, breaking or something when I was removing the cork. And then I have my second attempt, which I don't know where. Oh, here it is. So this was my second attempt, as you can see, the number two. So we had 10.5 millimeters radius, 3.5, but I think this wall is too thick. Kind of like moved, know, that immediate impact that you have. That, oh, it's half of an egg, like that. This one, it looks like it. This one, so didn't damage it. So the thing was, this one, the radius was really small. I was having a really hard time on removing the cork and even getting it in. This one, this is like the last one, which has 11 11 radius. even to jam it, it's just, you have to do a lot of pressure. It's already losing some work. So it's like it's really scrapping the cork already. So I thought, okay, since this is a really tight fit, I don't want that. And that was 10.5. I went from 10.5 to 11 on radius, so it means it's 22, while the other one was 21. I did 22 millimeters, and it just fits nicely. To remove it's a little bit tricky, but because your hands normally slip and you don't have too much grip, but yeah, you can remove it. Just I was thinking, now that I'm thinking, instead of the hole having a bottom, yeah, instead of this having a bottom, I can remove the bottom. I can remove the bottom, and like that, you can just shit down, sit down and eat. I don't know. It's something to consider, and there are some corks that are, smaller. So, for example, this one it's a little bit smaller, so it comes off easily. Sorry, weren't watching. So this one it's really bulky. See, and this one it's not that bulky. It has this little dent because when it was on the bottle, but as you can see, I can really screw it down and take it out really nicely. Um, this one has a more tighter grip, but you can take it out almost as easily. Yeah, but I really like the small sizes. The small sizes really feature your hand, although it's a little bit small size, but kinda handy. Really kinda. Oh, I think this is right. Analyze this. Okay, see, now we have a little bit more depth. Although some shadows came out a little bit harsh. But I think we can manage that, and as you can see, it gives a little bit more detail already. It's already giving more detail on the head, which is what we want. Also, when we are giving the eyes, will be more vivid and more um from here you cannot see, but from actually see the shadows really hard. Hmm. I have to smooth out I have to do like this normal brown without, maybe with stippling. Yeah, let's try. A little bit of this. So now I'm gonna try it that. As you can see, I'm just dragging brush. Like I come from one side and then I drag. One side and then I drag. This is to create that smooth transition from one color to another. That way you won't have like this harsh line of color, like the color right there, but it wasn't it wasn't pigmented enough to that. Might do a non-watered version of this shadow. More detailed. Let's see. I'll just do this instead. Did I hit the mush? I did it. So this part, I'm not shadowing just yet. Let me just give it a little bit more stronger, more of a stronger color, and then we will water it down. I think it's reddish. I want it to dry and be like a reddish tone. So I think this. I don't know if I'm going to do like, do you know when you cut yourself by accident or something, and then the blood dries out a little bit? You'll have like those hard pieces of blood around the, around the wound. Um, and I was kind of thinking maybe, just maybe, I could try and do something like that, just to keep it a little bit more interesting and more realistic. Does it? Is it looking weird? I don't think it is. But like this, and then we'll do like the inner part of here, the reddish. Hey, it's coming out good. Sorry, I was really focused. Oh, my printer just finished. Or look. See, this is what I was trying to aim. Just having like a small gap, so before the wounds will have like a difference in color in here as well. Both sides of the tusk. I think this really gives a really good impact on the miniature. Although here it's really like a, as you can see, it's not really that strong in real life, but here it's really giving a, on the webcam it's really giving a vibe that it's not dry at all, but it is. I don't know why, but it is. So let me just grab my new paint handles. Oh my god, they look freaking fine, bro. Ah, look at this. Oh, it fits so well on the hand. Look at this. Oh my god. Okay, let me just. Bro, let's put this on the side. Surprising nothing falls on it. Let's clean brush. Bro, look. Larger side. So let us compare with the version 1. Version 1. Little larger. Taller. So this is the medium size. I think I fucked up one. Because it's not as pointy. Almost looks like a pumpkin instead of an egg. So this one needs a refactor on this angle. It needs to be more straight. So small version, it's still not as it should be. This will be like the third one. I don't know what happened. Really? Oh, I think it was when I reduced the wall side, the wall thickness. But this one is the best for me. Actually, I don't know. They both feel good. So as you can see, this one, the medium one, has a perfect shape of what I want. This one, the shape, it's not the same. This one is rounder, more roughed. So I need to change this one. And yeah, let's do the cork test just to see if it fits just nice. Oh, it does. Just leaves no marks on the cork. Can remove it easily here as well. Good. So fucking cool, bro. Really happy with the results in, because this can be a game changer on our tree. Think about it. Like I think a bag of 40 wine corks on Amazon is like 18 bucks. So, and this piece is like, they're really durable, so they might last, you know, years or something, depending on the use you give. But it's really good. I think the medium size fits better. I think it's because of the shape. The shape, it feels a little bit better because of the way our fingers the rest. I need to change this. Yeah, so this one is the final product. Really happy with the medium size. Not as happy with the other ones, but yeah. Let's grab white paint. Let's just mark it. So this is the third one. This is the third one. Third test. And I had in here a 3. So I had a 3.5 wall. And we had I think this one was 11. Yeah, so this was 11 radius. As we are, this one fourth. This one had an 11 radius. Well, but the wall was 2.5. Two and a half wall, and then, but the shape is off. Uh, shape. I want the. So this one was 6.5. This one is 6.5 height. It was with an 11 radius. Half wall. Well, but it's not the right shape. This was the fifth one. Oh, wait. I had an idea. Instead of, oh right, instead of, I could leave the bottom so the cork doesn't go all the way in, but I could leave like a small tiny hole here so the air passes, and that way it will be easier to take it out. Maybe I can try that. Yeah, I'll try that. It's a small tiny hole passing through just so the air goes in, and it doesn't create that vacuum. Harder, because it is a tight fit, and your hands just kind of like slip on the cork. I think the air will be. And since it's a hole going through, I don't need supports and I don't else. I might do like what? 1/2 centimeter? 5 millimeters? $50 millimeters, right? So 50 millimeters. I won't be painting this one yet. Just yet. Because just in case. This is the last one. So sorry guys, but it's not the last version just yet. Oh, but I noticed that this one was cleaner. Or no, actually it's not. The way the printer goes, it's because of the walls and everything. More cleaner. But I still think that the smaller yeah, I'm still going with the smaller radius on the might go on the smaller radius, the smaller wall thickness. I think it was fine. So this will be definitely the 6th trial piece. This was with a 2.5 wall. Five height. And with an 11 radius. Oh, come. Wall too thick. Oh, yeah, it's turning out great. Everything's already dried out fully. Awesome. So we just need to smooth out. See if I can with this brush. This brush definitely is not good for this. Bristles are already the tip. Oh, it's bent. Let's try this with another brush. An actual brush for this matter. I think I might go with the 00. Maybe not the 00, because the 00 is just for little small freaking details and it doesn't have like a. I'll be going with this one. We'll be going with the 0 from Green Stuff World. The downside is they actually dry out, bristles dry out really fast. Garcia's artwork. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the raid. Oh, for Art and Glory. Hell yeah, man. Thank you, brother. How was your stream? Hope it went well. Hope you had a good time and that you painted a lot of miniatures. You know, those pile of shame. You a lot, man. Glad you liked my stream enough to support with the raid. $20 orcs? Goddamn. Thank you for the follow, bro. 20 orcs? Damn. What color are you painting them? Are you painting them like you know, that greenish tone with the yellow armor, or are you going for the? Or actually, those are from the Warhammer 40k. Are the arcs from the Age of Sigmar or 40k? Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm going to take some time to see your skills, because I'm almost certain you're as good or even better than me. I started not long ago, so pretty new at this yet. Oh, Age of Sigmar. Okay. Those are my favorite. I don't know why, but the Age of Sigmar miniatures, they just hit different. Don't you think? Like the armor and everything, I don't know why, but they do hit different, and they, in some ways, they are more appealing. have to do a wash on here with these small lines. No, bro. This is the head of a monster from Guts. You know, Berserker. It's actually freaking huge, but let me just show you little bits of the size of this beast of a monster of a figure. So this is like the cape size of the body. This is the head. That's yeah, so you can imagine like the sword is massive. Also, if I can grab the sword real quick out the primer. Oh, here it is. Look at the size of this thing, bro. It's like insane. Really insane. But yeah. This is a really cool project I'm doing for a friend of mine that he kindly asked me. Look, I was painting this one yesterday. This Saros that I 3D printed, my resin print. I'm doing some small transitions from greens. Yeah. That anime. A little bit scary, yeah. Totally agree with you. And since we were talking about Warhammer 40k, so I think you will love this piece that I did, even though it's broken, because I've broken it when I was moving it around, but I tried to participate on a painting competition, and this was the result. So it had like a lightning bolt here also. But yeah, this was my entry for the painting competition. Even the Death Guard. You can see here the painted blade with the non-metallic metal. Here you can see even the gems. I did a lot of work on the gems. Also, I think this one turned out great, but I didn't win anything because the entries were like, oh, fucking insane. I've never seen so much good looking people. I need to fix that figure later. Yeah. I'm gonna fix it up, and I was using paper clips to do the lightnings. You know, these paper clips, but they're really strong and thick. And what I did was I kind of like took the protective side of the cable of some cable that I had here at home, and I'm going to use this copper wire instead, since it's more thinner, and it kind of gives like a more realistic vibe to it. So yeah, better this way. I think I'll change it up. Onto the blending. Give you a zoom. Oh, do you want to see something that I did? I just finished. Look, I don't know if you know this brand, but I'm almost sure you do. Do you know Artis Opus? Like one of the crazy, most expensive brushes and everything. So they just released a handle, which was a paint handle, which is really similar to an egg, right? So I modeled a little bit, but yeah, I did like some painting handles. So basically, the corks from the wine bottles can reuse them, just fit it in, and then you can stick the paper clips onto the miniatures. You know, like this, but you can actually use it on the cork instead, and the grip is really cool, really nice. It fits really well, and you can just swap it out time you want. It gets damaged. You can even push it down more than or not if you want. I'm doing just some small adjustments, but because it creates some vacuum and it kind of hear the pop like a bottle pop. But yeah, I need to do a small hole on the bottom so it doesn't create some vacuum, so much vacuum. And yeah, I've been doing some sizes on them, like a big one, medium one, and a small one. Um, and soon I might release it. Not sure where. I mean, when I'm going to release it, if I'm going to give away or something. STLs, I mean, so people can just print it at home. And it's a really cool handle. Artis Opus is like charging $20 each piece, each freaking piece. And I think I 3D printed this. I'm not sure how much filament I wasted, but it came like 10 cents, like 10 cents printing, or even cheaper. So I don't know. Even the corks are really inexpensive, so you can buy like 40 wine corks with like 80 euros, I think. So it's really cheap, and you can just do the sizes you want since you have three, and you can put and take out the wine corks. And yeah, it's a little side project that I've been doing, and I might get in trouble because Artis Opus might be really pissed at me since I did the same project as them. But yeah, mine, everyone who has a printer can do. Not sure how that will turn out, but yeah, I don't know, bro. If you don't have, you should get 3D printer because it does wonders. Oh, and actually, the files that I did on the handle, you can even print it in resin too. So the resin is a little bit more fragile, well, depending on the resin type. But I really need to work on this small. Yeah, you should, bro. Like, you can do so much with it. Like, for example, let me see if I can show you what I've been up to. This one is it? So I'm just going through my drawers here. Oh, look at this, bro. Look at this. This is all figures that I did. I just 3D printed them. Get the detail. Really good. Well, it's not as it's not as good as a casting figure. Of course, the Gamers Workshop always a little bit more detailed, but look, it has plenty of detail. Look, this one has a multi-leg, but look at the detail on this one. Like even the mesh on this inner part, even the details on the hair, on the arm, like it's really cool. You can print really decent things. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I almost don't have room in my bedroom for me to live on it. So I totally understand what you're saying. But like for the bits and everything, look, I even printed like some tiny skulls. Tiny skulls just to, have those little bits on the bases and oh, look what I bought today for myself. Archangels Lionel Johnson. Really cool piece. This one, it might get a little bit trickier because it has a lot of armor areas, so I'll be doing a lot of non-metallic metal. But yeah, really looking forward to painting it. I have a lot of Space Marines and Death Guards to paint as well. Pile of Shame is big, and I was thinking of buying some. I'm not sure which one I will buy, but I was thinking on buying either orcs, um, some blood angels, or sisters. I don't know. I was thinking buying those, or the other day I was watching a live stream. I don't know the name of the guy, but he was painting um, some Saurus from Age of Sigmar. Those lizard men, they just look insane. Even the raptors and everything. I have to be really careful. I don't want to put the stripes really thick. I want them to be really small. Look, this area looking cool. Yeah, sure, bro. Well, in there it's 11 p.m. Bro, in here it's 3 and 45 a.m. Yeah, sure. Go rest, bro. And thanks a lot again for having a little bit of a chat. And I'll make sure to follow you so I can keep track of your progress as well. I'll help you out. And yeah, have a nice sleep, bro. Hope I see you again. I hope. Yeah, you sleep well at night. Thank you, bro. I shall sleep well. Have a nice night. Mm. Right? Look at the difference inside. This one has small shadows on it. I think it gives more detail. Hint of it. Not so bland. I might go with this technique. I think delay my A little bit rough. A little bit rough. Yeah, guys. We're hitting the 2 hour mark, so I'm going to call it off the stream. I might be painting a little bit on the offline side, but yeah, I'll continue this. Just try to speed it up a little bit, and I'll try to finish up the eggs as well. And the painting handles. Thank you everyone for watching. You guys are amazing as always. Garcias, thank you once again, man, for the raid, for the follow. I'll be sure to follow you as well. So everyone, have a great night of rest as well, since it's the end of the week. Sure to rest so you get your best form for the coming week. So yeah, without further ado, see you guys on the next Friday. Thank you all for seeing.